All right, let's get started. All right, hello everybody. Yikes, my hair looks entirely too normal. Let's play with that a bit. Okay. Um, geez, also a little bit too dark in here. Let's fix that. Ah, that's a little better. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not gonna get even lighting here, obviously, but it's a little something that's a little better. Okay, I can live with that. Cool. All right. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to today's adventures. My name is Eric. I'm a cinematographer, editor, photographer. Been doing it for about 15 plus years, and we are once again going to be pulling the curtain back on some post-production stuff, a little bit of some editing, um, and yeah, talking about why we make the choices we do in post-production, how we tell stories better each time. Let's bring the desk up a little bit. I'm gonna end up standing in the next. I'm calling it like next 5 minutes. But anyway, yeah, that's what we're gonna do today. And we're back in working on the movie we were working on yesterday, which is currently called The Magician's Mirror. See if that holds. It's a working title, so we'll see. And I believe we're gonna have Nora Hyde on again as who's our writer and director and producer and all-around creative tour de force. So she will be jumping up in chat to talk about shots and discuss story stuff as we shape this. So yeah, that's where we're gonna start. That's what we're gonna do. If you have any questions or comments, throw them in the chat. Let's have a conversation as much as we can. And yeah, that can be stuff about artistic choices, questions like that kind of thing, but also um, if you're an editor and you're newer to Premiere and want to know how I did a thing or what shortcuts I'm using, by all means, say that. Um, let me know if I'm going too fast. Okay, with all of that more or less said, let's jump into Premiere. Here we go. So yeah, this is where we left off yesterday. We're gonna watch through the scene we edited yesterday. We're gonna start with that, and then we'll continue on. Not sure. I haven't picked exactly what scene I'm gonna work on, mostly because this movie is as nebulous as it is, and we kind of get to choose kind of where we go and what we do. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna. I know there's one shot I do want to work on because it's a trick that we shot on set that I want to see if it works. But anyway, let's watch the scene we're at right now. Hello, Evelyn and Mia. I'm so glad you're here. And don't worry, you can watch the whole video when you get back from errands.
Rachel?
It's a nice isolation of that. There's a couple things I want to do real quick just to at least have options. Let's see. That's the martini scene. Here's the remnants of this scene. Let me take a look here. Uh,
Rolling camera.
I think this might be the shot I want to use. I want to make a tiny little tweak. No, it's not this shot. Okay. Two tweaks I want to make. One of them's easy. One of them's a little more difficult. Well, one of them's a little more technical, but that's part of the fun. Gonna remove all that. I'm not gonna use that right now. That's the wandering shot from earlier that we have. Yes. It's gonna lag because it's in reverse and stabilized, so we'll come back to that. All right, I want to come back to the workroom real quick, and I want to grab. There's a shot here. This one. Okay, so we're gonna take this shot. I'm gonna copy that and drop it in over here. I should probably drop it in here. Paste. And then, yeah, that should be enough to. The other shot is an effect versus anything else. Okay, so let's skip through this. Cut. Another cut. Delete and delete. And I think the reason I'm doing this is because when we do the shots of him touching the crystal ball, I love the beginning of this where he puts the picture in. Like I love it from this angle because we get those stars and we get the night and it kind of establishes. Um, but I feel like the second shot I want to be different. Um, the second shot I want to be a little more of a like he sets it up. He sets it up, he has a conversation with it, and then it ends. And I kind of want that conversation to be different than let's cut that. To be different than the moment it's the moment before or the setup, the start and the end, because it's a yeah. He's This whole movie is in many ways about these little glimpses of difference and little glimpses of him connecting when and then not. Um, so if we do it this way, does it make me feel anything different? Here's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna cut off the end of this. I'm gonna give me a little more space here, I think. Maybe a little bit. Yeah, okay. Pull this back. Gonna grab the end here, extend it a bit. Go on, eventually pull his hand back. Nah, don't. Okay, so we can just let his hand droop a little bit. This can come. Don't need to go that far. Doesn't need to be that long. It's mostly a little bit of a. Take a couple frames off to get that movement to look a little smoother. It's a tiny bit of a jump cut. I don't think it matters too much. We'll see. We'll see if this ends up being gilding the lily. But okay, I think this is going to give us a little more of a dialogue between him and the crystal ball. I like that. Uh, yeah, no, Nora, you're that's That's the thing, and that's like this is coming from. I mean, I know a lot of great people have said this. This is coming. I get it from Roger Deakins, where he talks about like the best thing you can trust is when you're either setting up a shot or doing an edit or whatever. Does this make me feel something? And like trust yourself that if it makes you feel something, it will make other people feel something. And so I watched this. I'm like, I think that there's another shot. There's this side angle that we don't want to use at the beginning because we want to see those stars and we kind of want to see the this shot's about the crystal ball. Like there's a theory that every shot is only of one thing. So a shot of two things is a shot of the relationship between them, and this is crystal ball bias. This is the photo and the ball, and then we get the reflection. This shot is about the his hand and the crystal ball and the relationship between the old, like the weirdly the current his current state versus who he used to be and the ball in between them. So I was like, this shot theoretically makes more sense. It would communicate a relationship better. So putting it in there and then seeing the like the smile, the start and then the immediate end of the relationship, and it just yeah. So that was a thought I had. It was a tweak I thought I needed to make. The other tweak I want to try, just see if I can pull this off. Um, is and this is gonna be another really rough effect, but
Rachel?
I want to try if I just let's undo that. It's you and you. We're gonna put a cut there. Jeez, this shot's turning into a bit of a mess. Because I'm gonna still tweaking the timing on it. Um, basically what I want to do is we're gonna put a where's my graphics? We already have an adjustment layer. Cool, I can drop that in here. Nothing on it yet, which is good. Gonna switch to color for 1 second. I want to see if I can get what I'm trying to do is get that spotlight to sort of come in a little tiny bit in this shot. That's what I'm gonna try to do. So, step one, comparison view, because I want to see what. Let's see where we're at. We're at 324, so we can jump all the way in here. Here we go. It's gonna be a shot with that wide shot. There we go. Okay, so that's what the spotlight looks like. Um, and now what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to adjust. Crank mics, but that's too much. Let's bring it. Yeah, there was a take where the spotlight came in exactly right, but it wasn't the best performance out of wasn't at least wasn't like the shot we've got here is the one where the elements work the best. Like it all kind of connected really well. So, but there's a trick to this, and here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna bring that up. We're gonna push the color a little bit more toward gold. Um, and I don't know if this is gonna work. This is a cheap trick that might get us through yeah, I might get through this one-off bit with it. But okay, that I can currently live with that if I bring the saturation down just a notch, just to give me a little bit of that spotlight color in there. Cool. All right, we're gonna go back to the basic edit, and I'm gonna do we can turn that off and come back to here. We're gonna do a mask like that. We're gonna make it bigger. Let me do this with upping the expansion. Gonna feather it a little bit, enough to make it, since we're gonna go bigger than that though. It's gotta be a bigger thing. Because when it's on him, it really is. Cool. And then we're gonna move it. Let's see, where's the shot now gonna start? It's gonna start with it sort of just right when it touches him. Yeah. So if we go back to here, go to our mask, bigger. Kind of land it on him, kind of like that. Let's see. It's kind of like right when it really kind of comes over and touches him. It's kind of just like that. And we're going to put a path marker on that. We're going to keyframe it to the end of the clip, and then we're going to take the mask again, and we're going to, if I bring this, nope, 25 is too big, 10%. I'm going to bring this up here and off, and all the way off, just like that. So now, it's not, I'm going to speed that up a bit. Okay. And that is a very rough version of what this effect would eventually look like if I can do a lot more with it. Yeah, no, I hear what you're saying. In the wide, I'm gonna make it build up. We haven't added too much dynamism to it yet. We're gonna do that. Cool. But oh hey, oh guys, we're getting messages from sexfind.biz. That's exciting. If anybody needs to find love in their city, connect with sextime.biz, sexfind.biz. I'm not endorsing that. That's a bot. Please, tell it to go away. Uh, so that's the wrong direction. The other direction's going the wrong way. I'll work on that. Yeah, there's ways to make this work, and it'll kind of it's like it doesn't look nearly as good as the actual thing does, which is certainly what we're gonna go for later. But for now, that will the fact that it's possible um, means that we can think delete both of those, cover that space, and now yeah, I think we can use that, and that we'll let that can be a cheat for us to get in there. Uh, just for that second. We'll speed it up. We'll soften it up a little bit because that spotlight is that wow, that thing is really not. Yeah, this thing's got to be feathered like all the way to from here to the end of time. There we go. Yeah, so a little bit of work with that, speed it up, tweak it a little bit. That'll be good. Okay, cool. So that's that scene updated, and that's the thing that I think is always good when you're editing is to go through scenes like uh, is to go through scenes like rewatch scenes every time you do them. Like every time you start, rewatch the last thing you did because you're a slightly different person each time, and you'll find new stuff, and stepping away and then stepping back can really help. Okay, let's go to these wandering shots because I want to. Actually, it's in the workroom. Let's be sure to take it from where it's supposed to come from. Okay, markers. Let's come in here. There we go. Wandering is going to be near the end. Yeah, second to last thing. Cool. Uh, just the coin. Here's the wandering stuff. So a lot of talking in this one. This is the cut. This is the take I want to use. I'm trying to think. We made these notes. Um, wondering. Cool. Okay. So let's copy that one. Drop it in here. We're gonna talk about like this is a shot that we're gonna be putting in much later in the film. Um,
Into the bedroom and go all the way over.
yeah, this is another shot that Nora let me more or less direct because we were looking for a very specific thing. And the we had two takes that we liked and that were very good, and I was like, all right, can you give me the reins for a take to play? So that's what she did, and this is this take, which I want to See if this effect that I wanted to accomplish works. So he's gonna.
Yeah, you're curious. This is just yeah. Yeah, curious.
Alright, we're gonna cut that. Delete that. Oop, nope. Delete the beginning of that. We don't need this.
Just yeah.
So here he comes. He comes out. The contrast is way too high on my camera. Better.
And walk all the way over towards the bed so you're out of frame.
And with my sound out of there, it will seem like he is just kind of confused. Alright.
And walk all the way over towards the bed so you're out of frame.
Cool. As soon as he clears frame. Oh yeah, no,
Good.
Nora, we can totally do jump cuts here if we want to make this go faster. Here's the move
Rachel
that I want to
switch.
do though.
All right. Aiden, come on out of there.
As soon as the camera lands.
Aiden, come on out of there.
Cool. Uh,
Aiden, come on
camera lands there. Let's put a cut.
out.
Put a cut there. So now,
Good. Rachel switch.
see if I can get away with this cut here.
All right. Aiden, come on when you're ready. Chelsea switch. Aiden, come on when you're ready. Chelsea switch.
Okay, slight change I gotta make. That's not too bad. All right, he's out of frame again.
Good. All right, Aiden, come on back. Out of character.
Cut there. Delete that part. Close this gap.
All right, Aiden, come on back. Out of character. Good. I think.
And the cool thing is we can theoretically loop some of this. If I just take this shot and do a duplicate of it and put it here. Actually, I can go ahead and take all the sound out now because that's kind of getting a little bit getting in the way. But we can do a shot where, like, I gotta smooth this transition over for sure, but do a shot where he kind of comes out of the kitchen. And like goes down there, and then we pan back. Then if again we hide the cut there, I gotta tweak that a little bit. But and then he comes out of the kitchen, then we pan back. Then he comes out of there. And that can work as a, the feeling of going in circles, the feeling of not knowing where you are, the feeling of which room is he in. And hopefully it feels that way uh, in a way that makes us feel disoriented. So that's just a shot of wandering. We have a couple other takes. Um, let's see, a couple of takes of that, but that's the one that we really tried the some jump cuts, and I think it works pretty well. A little bit of a little bit of smoothing over of those transitions, and we're good. So let's save that. Let's move on. And let's do a scene. Um, let's see. Where's our markers? Yeah. Let's see. What scene would be a good one to work on? Some of these are a little more montagey. Some of them are a little more. Um, some of them are a little more narratively straightforward. Uh, let's see. All right, Nora, what do you think? Should we do the reflection monster or should we do the accident scene? Which one do you like? I want to do. I want to do one of them. Let's get this GoPro shots that are pretty cool in terms of wandering. We have to do some creative cuts with them to hide the lamps in the background, but that's a coin bit. I also imported the time lapse, but didn't actually put them in. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, Nora has spoken. We'll do the reflection monster. Um. Oh, by the way, I can put these in here. There's no way we're gonna be able to watch them at speed on uh, on here, but the time lapses for the end of the film are in and in pretty good shape. Let me do this. Let me get the scales where this needs to be because shooting with a still camera, you get a little more, you get higher res. So, okay, of course, it would be 69% is the right scale. Um, that looks, so yeah, so we've got time lapses that we can then jump through that are, yeah, they're not playing for me, so not gonna play for you guys either. Just too much of a lag and too much to process right here because they're big files that don't have proxies. I should make proxies of them. But I'm gonna really quick copy and just paste the attributes, each motion, so they're all at the right size. Um, and then what we will do is, these are out of order. Let's do, there we go, daytime, then evening, then night, and then fire. And those might get rearranged, might get cut in half, but yeah, just these time lapse. And what I will most likely do is once we have them cut up and in the right order, um, I will select all of them. I'll put them. I'll put them into a nest, which is kind of a group way to group the clips that I can then apply effects to, and I'll do either a zoom in or a zoom out. So we start. So over the course of this whole thing, as we transition from day to evening to night to firelight, and then potentially back to day again, um, it'll all be one smooth camera movement. It'll feel like one cohesive whole. Which, by the way, in terms of length, let me go to a whole second here. 24 FPS. Thank you guys. Here we go. So in terms of from 13 seconds to 32 and a half. So what is that, about 20 seconds? Yeah, 13, 23. Yeah. So just under 20 seconds of time lapse to finish this out, not counting the shots we have here of the coin bit if we want to do that as a time lapse or work that in. So yeah, could be a good finale. I feel like 20 seconds is going to go on for plenty long. All right, let's take a look. Let's do the reflection monster scene. That's a fun one. All right, and we get to talk about the amazing talents of Rachel England, that's the wrong thing. Wrong thing. Uh, who is spectacularly talented and did our makeup. So there's our reflection scene. Reflection monster. There we go. So we're going to grab all these clips. We're going to copy them and we're going to drop them into our assembly cut to be worked upon. This is all martini, 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 martini. I'm eventually going to do the martini scene. I promise you. Here's some wandering shots. I'm going to move that down here as a separate group. I'm actually going to start labeling these. Label. Let's go with a green. And then these guys, I'm going to label the wandering stuff. We're going to go with violet. just so I can keep track of things. All right, paste. Cool. And these guys I will label. What about forest? Yeah, we're in the. Actually, the bathroom we're in is white, so maybe not. Maybe we'll go with. You know what? I like mango. Let's go with mango. Make everything bright orange. All right. Here are my notes on the reflection monster. That's the rear cover. All right, so let's start this scene with how this scene is supposed to start, with him looking more normal. Let's see. Nora, I love that your notes for the no makeup shots are good, 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 works, and focus is good. So take one is good, take two is good, take three is good. Uh, Maybe that's this. Right. That's our one. All right, so that's the monster. We'll pull the monster back for a sec.
Shot A, take one.
All right, let's watch the
Frame.
stakes.
Cool.
Yeah, that's fun.
Nora? Cool. Camera rolls. Shot A, take two. And frame.
All right, focus a little soft on that one, so maybe not. Let's pull this one up.
Cool. Cut. I'm fine with him starting moving in. Yeah. Alright, rolling. Take three. And frame.
I liked that one.
Cut. On myself. Alright. Oh, thank you, Michael. Camera rolls. Take four.
Hmm.
Alright. Cut. Rolling camera.
This is just the. That
Cool.
shot felt normal.
Cut. Rolling camera. And
Okay, so those are the reactions. Let's take these two off. So weren't fans of those. Close and close. Which yeah, Nora said take two was good, take four works, and take five was the focus was good. So one, three, and five are the ones I picked. Let's watch them again.
rolling camera.
I think that goes on for too long. I think that one is too like there's too much of a. I get. I think at this point we know what he looks like. That's kind of I think this is gonna be later in the movie. I feel like at this point we know what he looks like. I get like him. It makes sense that he would look at himself in the mirror, given what's coming. But given that we don't know what's coming, yeah, I feel like that's probably not the one to use. Let's bring that down. That might end up in the RHSC. All right, here we go. We can cut off the beginning of that because the beginning of that is just talking. Here we go. Let's watch. That felt really normal.
Rolling camera.
They both felt normal. Okay, so let's lose take one. Or let's look at three and five. Watch them one more time. Feels normal.
Rolling camera.
Yeah, let's clear off the. Let's get. I feel like I'm probably gonna cut off more at the beginning of this. Oh, that reminds me. I need a B-roll shot real quick. Because there was a B-roll shot we picked out that we definitely wanted in that to kind of kick off that scene. Oh wait, no, that was a different scene. Never mind. Sorry. There's two scenes in bathrooms, and this wasn't it. Um. Anyway, uh, there's a um there's a thing from I got this from the Alex Dinelaris, who's a won an Oscar for writing Birdman. Um, and he made a comment about like you want to talk about how film hasn't shaken off theater. How many scenes in movies start with someone entering a room? Because that's in theater, that's how you have to do it. But film doesn't have that restriction. But there's so many scenes in movies that start with someone entering a room, and that's because of the theater coming first and film following in that tradition. So I intentionally try to find scenes that don't need to start that way. But especially for this movie, my goal is to have scenes that feel like they're already in progress. Partially for that reason, but also partially because, and actually primarily because Clark here doesn't know how often doesn't know how he ends up in places. Yeah, I think I'm going to take five. I think take three is good. I think take five is just this tiniest smidge better. So let's go back to the assembly cut, and we're going to take this. Okay, so there's our first take. Um, but yeah, the let's move this stuff out of the way so I can just work on assembling the scene, not have to jump over stuff. But yeah, I think there's especially with this movie because he's not sure how he gets to places. There's merit to not starting every scene with him entering places, him kind of starting wherever he is. Uh, this one, I think we can kind of start it about here. Yeah, that shot's quick enough that it feels natural, and he glances at himself in the mirror, which means he glances at us, which is good. But it's not, and it gives us that moment of okay, we know what he looks like right now, but it does that um without it being look at what he looks like now because something's about to happen. Um, so that's always good. We're always happy about that. Let me do a quick check here. I'll do a little bit of work to get these frames to match up. They're pretty close though. Okay, so that's that. Let's see. The one thing I realize we don't have, and it's just hitting me now, is like you go into the bathroom, you open the medicine cabinet, unless he's looking for something. Um, you're gonna open the cabinet, you're gonna do a thing, and then you're gonna close the cabinet. We only have a shot of him doing anything, so let me see if I can cheat that a bit. That's the ending.
Yes, that makes sense. Take
Let's put a cut there.
and frame.
It's funny, Nora. Almost every other director I work with, I can I get very good at like seeing like looking at the waveform and knowing what it looks like when they say action. So I'm like, I can find it immediately and know where to cut things on and off for the most part. You're so gentle with the way you say it, like it doesn't show up in the waveform. I can't find you. I love it. uh, there's an exit there. Oop, not the whole thing, just the ending. And here's the thing. I'm actually okay with him leaving the scene at the end. I think take two is the better one. We're gonna come back to that. I'm okay with him leaving the scene at the end because that's gonna be a sorry, itchy. Um, because this is one of the few scenes in the movie that has a direct like continuity sequel. Um, so him leaving is him off to do a thing. All right, let's look at these scenes. Yeah, and honestly, like I sit here and say, editing is hugely important, and it's one of the essential the three pillars of the filmmaking process. But editors can figure out where action is, and it is better to say, like, I like the way you say action for actors, and like I think that's more important than, like, I can hear it, I just can't see it, and that's fine.
Camera and
Also, I can watch it and I can figure out where the action starts.
here we go. Take one. Rolling camera and here we go. Take one frame.
Let's see. Uh, Nora, again, your notes. I love this. The coverage here that we did. Um, yeah, it said, take one is simple and good. Take two is good. And then for the close-ups, you said okay, fine, some, and then for take four, all caps, yes, with an exclamation point. So yeah, I know which one to react to there. And you like take two with the reaction here, which is good. Okay, so let's watch. But what I'm looking for something. I'm looking for something different here. And this is actually I'm looking for something
Rolling camera
pre-action.
and
Hang on, I think we. All right. So this in this take, there's a light in the background, which makes me not want to use it. Let's get rid of that.
take two and see focus. Cool.
So good reaction there. Let's keep that other take just for a second. I might come back to that for a reason.
Cut.
All right, reaction's good there. Doesn't really. It's okay. Um, which yeah, Nora, you noted it was fine.
All right. Rolling camera. Take three and frame.
And I go on and on about rehearsing with your camera team on shoot so that you don't end up with takes that don't work. But in this case,
Yep.
Aiden found this, and so we know this. I know this
Cut.
take doesn't work. But the next take, we're like, all right, let's do it.
Roll
Let's make
camera.
sure that
Take
works for real.
four and frame.
And this one, yeah, we knew he was coming in. We knew we were gonna do this. And I was able to get the framing and the focus right so that we could have his whole sequence there and let it play as almost let it play as a single take. That actually looks really good. Cool. All right, so let's delete that. All right, so we can delete that.
All right. Take two and see focus.
All right, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use the beginning of take one.
Rolling camera and here we go. Take one frame.
I'm gonna actually use the beginning of this.
Rolling camera and here we go. Take one.
I'm gonna take the sound off of it. I'm gonna use that as my filler between the two. Which that might actually work because it's like in almost any other story, him not really looking like what he knows what he's doing wouldn't be usable. But here, he opens the let's see, he comes in, opens the cabinet. Uh, he opens the cabinet. He's not sure what he came in here for a second. So then he closes it, and then when he closes it, we're gonna have some fun with some makeup. Uh, That's editing. That's what editing is. It's all problem solving. That's one of the things I love about it so much. Is that it's just you get to get to do that, play with it that way. Okay. Let's see. Makeup scenes. Take one is listed as meh. Take two is listed as better. Take three is listed as also. All right. Nora, I'm gonna confess. I'm not sure what also means. Uh, and then this take is a little wonky. Okay. Is as us playing a bit and okay. So let's take a look at these takes.
Bathroom shot.
Ah yes. Small detail, guys. Rotate
Oh,
your
yeah.
logos away. Uh, Filmmaking is pretty much universally better when you're not getting sued.
Trademarks. Yep. And wait. I'm sorry. Yep. Frame.
Then
Cool. Let's cut.
quick reactions. This is almost a jump
Rolling
scare.
camera. Thank you. Rolling camera. Cool. Let's cut.
All right, take one is
Thank
fine.
you. Rolling camera. Frame.
Nope, wrong thing. Delete that. All right, we know we got the lean in the other take, so maybe we won't use this. I think I know where I want this to go.
Rolling camera.
All right, and this shot doesn't have sound, so I'm going to take that off because this is slow motion. Uh, this is the thing. We should name this guy. This kind of because yeah, he's named Clark when he's normal. What do we call this creature? Um, Credited as the villain. A little bit of yeah, a little bit of it mocking him. No, I remember your directions on this. That's still haunting. I still love it. And this is we talked yesterday about using underlighting and kind of a to add a little bit of unease to the scene. This is a shot we've actually got a lamp aimed right at underlighting him like that. And we get this nice scream uh to his eyes are all dark and it makes the whole thing creepy. I love it. Okay. Oh man, this is so fucking creepy. I love it. Uh, we're gonna I'm gonna save this shot right here, that little scream there. Um, that's gonna get dropped over down here as a shot to use later because that's a great one to put into the middle of a montage. Uh, I know what you mean, Nora. I mean, we sort of do with. I mean, I think in some ways, I think the less we don't want to like, I don't want to linger too much on this face. little early on the reaction there. That's probably the best one, I think. Let's grab that. Unlink the sound there. All right, let's go back to our reactions here. Uh, I like that. Let's see. Let me put a cut there. See what we can do with this. If we do. You know, I see what you're talking about. I don't know what the version in X was, but this is based on kind of doing something like that. I kind of like this. And if we do kind of a smooth the audio over. cutting on movement here. Yeah, Nora, if you can send me if you can find that scene from Pearl or from X, that to check out. I'm curious how they did that. Because this isn't. I'm not. I feel like I'm not flickering too much. I'm just yeah, I'm just having that one cut. We can put this in. Put it like that. Yeah, that's pretty good. Obviously, edit out the camera sound, which I don't even think you guys can hear, but you can sort of hear the camera and the lens sort of shifting focus. And then maybe. All right, we'll take that clip. Thank you, Premiere, for saving. This one in a bit. Cut a little more off of it. I don't know. What do you think about this, Nora? If we see, how many times do you want to see the face in this? There's a couple different spots we could put it, and putting it at the end is like a creepy thing, but it's also it might be crossing the line into confusing. Huh. I gotta take the sound off of this one because the camera sound is driving me crazy. Save, play. Okay. And the more I think about it, the more I like this ending kind of playing as close to a single moment. So let's do it like this. Let's see. All right, I'm gonna save a version of this in the RHSC just so I've got it. We've got a group there and then back to here so I can now adjust. All right. Let's take this shot, put it somewhere else for now. Delete that. We're going to unlink this. We're going to pull this back. I'm going to reset my scale. Let's see if we can do some kind of a back and forth effect here. Okay, let's adjust the. Let's get my framing exactly right. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take this, bring the opacity down to 30%. Cool. And now adjust this to get it exactly right, and then we'll go from there. Let's bring it to 105. So many size changes have to be unique across them. So if we go to 110, not unique, they have to be the same. 110 and up a bit. We go here, same deal. 110, and I should be able now to get these to line line up pretty close to perfect. Minus changing positions in frame. It's pretty good. Uh, yeah, I can give that a shot, Nor. Give me a sec. Let's do a real quick copy and paste of attributes. Same deal here. Copy and paste attributes. A little flash. Going even shorter now. Oop, undo that. Whatever I just did. Let's see what a strobe effect between these two would look like. So the way I'm going to do that is keeping that there, and I'm just going to delete every other frame here. So it's going to be cut, and 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 cut. Okay. And then we will just delete, and delete, 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 delete. Move that out. So Nora, that's what that looked like. With it being done with every other frame. I don't know. I feel like there's something there. Let me try it. Let me try it with 2 frame breaks instead of 1. I'm going to have to do this with more things. So 2 frames, cut, 2 frames, cut, 2 frames, cut, 2 frames, cut, 2 frames, cut. And then we'll do another 2 frames, and we'll extend this and put a cut. So now we can just yeah, I think we're still gonna. I think this is one we're still gonna figure out exactly how we want to do it. If we want to keep it more naturalistic, yeah, for lack of a better word, um, or if we want to let it kind of play a bit more, or want to get a little weirder with it. Let's pull these back like that, just piece by piece, moving this thing. So at 2 frames, looks like this. Yeah, I don't know. We haven't really done this kind of editing in the movie, so I'm not sure it's exactly where we want to go, but I'm definitely going to save this moment. Uh, Copy that. And now undo, 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 undo. I'm gonna come over here and we're gonna paste it in. So we've got it. So we've got that moment if we want to use it. I love how creepy that smile is. actually don't need to overlap these. I can pull that back like that. This could be quick. This could be close to a little flicker. And then if I extend this a bit, do I get a little more movement? Because I think I might. Something like that. Maybe. He comes in, checks his reflection, he's fine, and he exits. Okay, let's watch the whole little moment. This shot, this scene is 45 seconds. So here we go. Then he looks, and then he's out. Got a couple ideas here. I want to try something. Simply cut, please. First off, I think. Uh, yeah, we're gonna definitely gonna shave a few seconds off. I think I'm on the fence about doing about this move. Let me see. If I was to, because now I'm thinking we should bookend the like this stuff should all be over here. Gotta make sure I copy and paste that attribute there. So this matches. If we did the smile here, maybe some movement there, but something like that. Then we take that out. Something like that might actually work better because then we just get that little glimpse of it. I want to try one more thing here with the shot of. like this weird scream that he does. It's the thing I think like I was thinking could be a cool just effect to use, whether we use it here or not. Um, a couple things because I love the idea of reversing shots. We're gonna start with that. We're gonna take this and bring it into 120, so it's a yeah, kind of mid scream there. And then I'm gonna do a duplicate shot. We can definitely speed those up. Um, let's go to 125. Go away. Yeah, I'm all about any of the shots that I want to be creepy. I'm all about reversing because I think reversing them gives it a yeah, it just gives it that little extra touch of unreality, which I really like. Um, let's go 150. Okay, yeah, that's looking more and more deranged. I like that. All right, let's do this. I'm gonna do a duplicate. Do a duplicate. I'm gonna put it there. I'm gonna set it at like 50%. I'm gonna offset it a couple of frames. Get a bit of that ghosting effect going on. And we're gonna do it again. Gonna offset by 3 more frames, theoretically. This one I'm gonna set to normal speed. Just pull it back to the same length and we'll trim it back to there. Which gives you a bit of a yeah, bit of a monsters thing going on. I'm gonna drop the middle one down to 30%. Yeah, stuff like that, just to give it that bit of an extra touch of unreality, whether we use it here or not. But I kind of like the idea that it's like, yeah, I think that fits at the end of the scene. I was trying to figure out, do we see it again at the end of the scene? Do we not? Is it like, and I like the idea that it's sort of, it's not, whether he sees it or not, it's definitely still there. And we can tweak that a little bit in terms of timing. But yeah, that's that scene. So cool. All right. Yeah, I think that'll do it for today. Did about an hour and a half. That's not bad. Got another scene done, and another scene that's a good one. And then the next time we're gonna work on a scene. Go back to the workroom here. Uh, that's the B-roll stuff. Um, let's see. I think we did. Yeah. So the next thing we do is gonna be this stuff with him now going around and covering all the mirrors in the apartment. Um, and that'll be its own little simple little montage that follows right after. So we'll start actually putting the shots together and sort of starting to craft the narrative from the middle, but you know how it goes. So yeah, thank you for being part of this, Nora. Thank you so much for joining and for I love collaborating with you on every level and editing with you is a dream. So yeah, thank you so much. Thank you to everyone who watched. I hope this was interesting and informative and helpful. Um, let's see. I'm gonna render this out so Nora, you can check it out, and we can show it to Andy, who's gonna be doing our sound. Nope, that was the wrong thing. Um, there we go. Out. Cool. Uh, So yeah, I will do that, and we'll continue on. Let me come back to just me for a sec. There we go. But yes, so Nora, thank you everybody who watched, thank you for being part of this. Yeah, just keep making great art, keep telling cool stories, keep putting yourself out there, and yeah, we are as creators uniquely connected to the universe in a way that we can, yeah, we can see things in the way that I don't know. Not that we have we I mean everyone's got a unique vision, so we do, but just we have this ability to take the way we see the world and try to communicate it, and yeah, doing that in whatever medium, whatever way, whatever method, and however loudly we possibly can. So yes, we will continue doing this, and we'll continue telling stories. So stay safe, be well, and we'll jump back on this next time and for our next adventure. Stay safe. See ya.